Oh, I can feel something in the ether. I feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my toes. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. I feel that the spirits are here. They're in me. They're with us. Spirits, if you are here, can you give us a sign? Oh, there's knocking. Usually they're swearing. But it's Anne and Renata. Hello. Let's put them back. Oh, Anne and Renata again. As I'm calling this episode, Anne and Renata 3.5, also known as Back Up Your Pre-Records. Yay! Anne and Renata.
It's lucky we love coming on the show, isn't it?
Oh, God.
Bloody is.
my heart dropped out my patoot. And yes. Was like on a begging spree. On a begging spree. Oh, I was one day late downloading it. And then they're like, we can do nothing. Yeah.
Well, I didn't even know there was a limit on that. So you've taught me something new about StreamYard. So thank you.
Well, it's all right. We've also lost it over 2-hour interviewer, so it's okay. Everything's fine. The face.
You can't get good help, can you, Luke?
You cannot. And I contacted them and they're like, oh, there's nothing we can do. I'm like, oh, grouse. Thanks.
Gone.
It's gone. Well, so much to catch up on, but see, it is fortuitous that this happened because, as I said last time, every time we talk, just before we talk again, something really exciting happens in your world, and you've just announced something super exciting, haven't you? Boom, boom, boom. Spooky Sunday with Anne and Renata on Newcastle Live Radio. Do tell us more.
Yes.
Well, after we sold our kidneys to the station as a deposit, they said, oh, all right, we'll give you a try.
We've been doing the lipstick lunch with Louise on Fridays, doing our Naughty and Nice tarot. And we've done radio interviews before, and there was one particular station I did in Sydney, and when they opened it up to the switchboard, to ask questions, apparently the switchboard went into meltdown, and they'd never had such a reaction before, and it made me realise there is the possibility of a show for this sort of stuff. Anyway, I had pitched to Newcastle Live before, but it was before they it all went to poop, and then it all came back again. And they weren't interested. Nobody returned my messages. So when we started working with Louise, we pitched it to her, and she's going, I think it's a really good idea. And then we started talking to Tracy and the rest of the team. They're all going, oh, this is great. We love this idea. So we put together a sample 2-hour show of what we thought would work. And lo and behold, they approved it.
Hurrah! So you just got to get all your moons in line and stuff. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, it's a full moon this weekend, so it's a perfect start. Yep.
Yes, wonderful.
We've had to streamline a little bit because we were becoming exhausted with the amount of things that we were doing, because we do a show Monday, then we do a show Tuesday, then we've got a show Thursday, then we're doing Lipstick Lunch Friday, and we're doing the weekends with tours, and we're also researching true hauntings, and there is another thing that's coming up as well which requires research, which we can't announce till probably late August. And Renata's gone, something's got to give. We've just got to give up something. So we're saying we're moving our Q&A Monday to Sunday. So we'll still do the Q&A, but it will be on the radio show.
So you're just like a Chinese takeaway. You close Monday nights.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
We need 1 day a week off. We're going nuts.
In saying that, we have we're doing a mini masterclass in August on the Monday night now, and that's going to be for empaths. So anyone that considers themselves as an empath will be able to learn a little bit, and we'll give them strategies, and we'll discuss what it all is and what the impact of being an empath is on a person's life and their loved ones and blah, de, blah, de, blah. So we're going to sort of give 3 Monday nights to that in August.
Yeah.
So
'cause a lot of
basically-
people-
I think I need to sign up for that class.
Yeah, Vera, you might need to sign
well,
up.
you can do it worldwide, so.
The nurses might need to sign up for that one.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people realise what it is to be an empath, and it's the people in this world that are struggling with the emotions being thrown around them, and they pick up on everyone else's emotion and they start to emulate that emotion, and they feel it, and they don't realise it's not their emotion, it's someone else's that they're picking up on, or someone else's trauma they're picking up on. And so many of us are overwhelmed today and we don't know why. So it's probably because they're an empath, and this class will actually help teach them how to cope with all of that.
So does that
I
mean
mean,
people
girls.
like Jeffrey and I that call people on their bullshit are sociopaths, or is that?
Yes, it does.
We'll do
Look, we
another
get
class
shit
on
done.
that
There's
later.
a difference between being mean and being honest.
We're a little from column A, a little from column B in this show, and I've had to pick up the slack when Jeffrey's away, so you know, busy. But we've got to remember that show, that wonderful show that I was like, oh my god, that was so much fun. It was so funny. Is out there somewhere in the universe now. So the aliens are getting a great laugh.
And I think, let's go there. They're all fun.
Yeah.
Just think it is now in the Akashic records forever, in the collective
know.
unconscious.
We are part of the universe as a whole. You know, in our next time slip, we might run into that show. It'll be amazing.
That's right.
Oh.
We should have asked Richard Branson to have a look for it while he was up there.
We should have recorded in a cave, so the stone tape theory could have recorded our memories.
There you go.
You know,
Beautiful.
but our show would more likely be picked up by the imitation penis than
True.
Branson's
Yeah,
plain
old
rocket.
Bezos and his cock rocket.
Yeah.
Sorry, bit early in the morning for cock rocket. Is it?
I just choked.
So we have to talk about, obviously, the fact that not only are you winning at life, but you are winners of the awards that you didn't make up yourself. This is old news now, but you didn't make them up yourself and you won. So congratulations.
Thank you. Awkward moments. I don't generally talk about them. I use it for publicity only when it counts.
We're bringing it up. I'm doing my best yarn event. I'm getting right in there.
Okay. So this is the Paranormal Awards, which were held. They were opened up last year, and then they closed, and everyone voted, and
And the can of worms opened as well with them, right?
Look, I thoroughly blame myself. It was me, because I get really excited when I find something online that I think people will appreciate. So I share. And so I found these awards just by scrolling on the internet, and I went, oh, check these out. Let's enter. Why not? What have we got to lose? And so I've put it up on the internet, and I've gone, vote for us. You know, vote for us for these awards.
And that's how it started.
And that's how it started. And apparently they all said, oh, there's something fishy going on here because, you know.
Those old ladies are at it again.
They're stirring shit again. And,
That cauldron out there staring off the bottom.
they've created awards just so they can win them.
Yeah.
Oh.
But you won, most importantly. What's important?
Yeah. We won Best Paranormal Team.
Yeah.
The Australian Ambassadors of the Year, and Best Female Paranormal Investigator of the Year.
Get out of the way,
Sorry,
Yvette Fielding. Here comes Anne.
Was it 3 or was it 4?
I think it was 3.
It was 3. I think we were nominated for 4 and we won 3 of them. So, yeah, we're very proud to win. But we don't make a big fuss of it.
Well, look, we just had to recap because we didn't mention on the last show. So I was like, you know, continuity, kids, continuity.
Thanks for opening that wound. Yeah.
That's what I'm here for. I'm Barbara
We're all
Waltersing my
about
life
ribbon
away.
scam.
But let's talk about your baby that's growing and growing and growing. True Hauntings podcast is
Oh.
kicking goals left, right, and center still. New episode came out today, so it's Fridays now.
Yes, yes.
Yep.
I started
Yeah.
listening to it too.
Oh, okay.
It's awesome.
We forget what we've recorded.
I went to start listening, and then I was like, "Oh, I'm going to get too involved. I'll have to listen to it afterwards."
That was actually
Yeah.
my thought.
This is actually a double episode because it just got so.
Which one was it?
The Gyra Ghost.
Oh, the
Gyra.
Gyra Ghost.
Yeah, so it's an Australian story, and it became so involved, and we had so much material that we ended up spreading it out over.
We
2
hadn't actually
episodes.
planned to make it a double episode.
No.
We had to pull up towards the 45, 50-minute mark, I think it was, and say, look, we've still got so much to talk about, so we'll end it here and keep going. So episode 2, I talk a lot.
You talk a lot. Never. I don't know what you're saying. Craziness. But I am loving that it's back. You had a little hiatus because the golden child needed some attention. But you're back and kicking goals with True Hauntings.
Yeah, and at this moment in time,
we're just about to hit.
it will have hit it by now.
Anne and Renata, it's the cops.
They're coming to get us. Oh, there was a murder at 1 block from me yesterday.
I saw that on the
Bloody
news.
hell. Anyway,
Oh, wow.
back to True Hauntings. We will have hit 100,000 downloads by now.
Yeah.
Good job, girls.
So
We're proud.
exciting.
We're proud.
So exciting. And it's getting a lot of international love now too, isn't it? It's growing beyond itself, and there's people from Canada and everywhere.
Yeah,
That's
we've got a lady in
fantastic.
Japan that loves us, and
Just one.
and England and the States. So yeah, we're super proud.
That's great. That's so good. You guys are, as I said, you guys are some of the busiest people I know. So I do appreciate you
And one
lending
day
your
we'll
time
actually
to us.
Yeah, one day we'll actually start getting paid.
I was going to say, so much work. A lot
I
of people
feel
who watch these kind of products don't realize there's so much work that goes into them. It's not just, let's just sit down and talk.
Yeah.
There's just so much, research for every single story that you guys do.
Yes.
Yep.
There's so many hours of work that goes into
I can
it.
only imagine because we spend a lot of time organising this shit show. So yours actually has some, content and stuff. Can't imagine. I'd
Yeah,
be
but we're
greater
learning a
than I am.
lot. I'm actually enjoying it because we do learn a lot, particularly from the older cases of true hauntings, when we look at what paranormal investigators or psychics or mediums have found during the time of the case, and then we go back and look at it again and dig a bit deeper, and we learn so much more that we're becoming better paranormal investigators out of it, would you say?
Yes. It doesn't take a lot. That's the thing. When you talk about the fact that, there's a lot of research, people kind of scoff at the word research, and they kind of think that what we do shouldn't actually be called research. We're just Googling. That's what it should be called. Googling information that's already there. But in saying that, we're currently starting research or Googling information about another topic, the next topic after this next topic that we're doing. And it's very interesting how you find through information that a lot of the stuff that is put out there with regard to ghost stories isn't documented. Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And so then you got to try and find, well, where did this story come from? What actually sparked this particular story to start?
You've got to take Google to real life, Renata. Is that what you're saying?
But it's really interesting when you get to a part, and then what's happened is you've watched all of these other shows appear over the time that have said this has happened and that's happened, and allegedly there's a story of this, and allegedly there's a story of that. And then you go a little bit further down the rabbit hole, and on some archaeological site somewhere, it will say to you, Nah. No, it's impossible.
There's
Nice try,
there's a
Zach
good one.
Baggins, it says.
There's a really good one coming up for England for the ostrich inn. That was a cracker of a story. You wait till you get to the bottom of that one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love a mystery. I love a mystery.
Well, it's a bit like true crime. It really is. We're trying to find out the facts of what is behind each case. And sometimes there are
Yeah.
none.
Sometimes it just turns out Disney buys a ship and tries to make people frightened. You know?
Yes.
The
But
Queen
it really
Mary.
is a crime, though. There's usually always a crime in a haunting. You know, somebody dies a horrible death, or somebody was imprisoned, or somebody was tortured. There really is a true crime usually.
Yeah, quite
Yeah.
often, yes.
Yeah.
And that's really interesting when you go through the case notes and if there's any court stories or anything associated with it, that becomes fascinating.
There's always
Yeah.
that white lady wandering around as well. She gets around, doesn't she? White
Which one?
lady in a dress. White
Oh,
lady.
yeah.
There's
In the-
always
it's
the,
in
Around.
the headless
her
bride.
PJs or
Yeah.
a Victorian frock.
Oh, she's busy.
There's like 18 different ghost stories with the headless bride around here.
She must know you guys. She's a very busy woman.
And
Popping
not
up
getting
everywhere. Yeah. That's why she's haunting everyone. I need a per diem. Woo! So you've also got your spin-off shows. You've taken things visual, as I like to say. You've got a visual component to True Hauntings on YouTube as well, that we get to see your lovely faces. And you've also got Ghost Hunters React, which has made me laugh so many times.
I love
Even
Ghost
though
Hunters React.
even though I've seen it many times, I was going, what's it again? So funny.
It's Ghost Hunters React that took us viral on TikTok.
Yes.
So I think one of our little clips is up to 2.1 million or 2.2 million now.
There's a fair few of. I went to fight because we talked about it in the last episode. You're like, you didn't include our viral clip, and then I went and looked on your TikTok page. I'm like, oh, okay. There's
They're
lots.
all
of them.
viral now.
They're all viral now. The
They
different
trend
strains
COVID.
of Anne and Renata have come to get everyone.
We want to conquer the world.
Go for
Get
it,
paid.
girls.
But it was kind of the concept that made sense, though, didn't it? I mean, you guys do investigations, and it was sort of just sitting there like, why not make them watch scary stuff? And it's hilarious because you guys really don't like that kind of shit, do you?
Look, it's because we actually are in that reality where we go to these houses where people are suffering from a haunting, but also we've both been in front of the camera professionally as actors, so we know the setup and what goes on behind the scenes, and it sort of takes a bit of the Disney magic out of it.
Hmm.
Yes, it's always fun when you've got to do take 27 from a different angle.
If you want to have a look at something really cool, look up the on YouTube, The Exorcist, the making of the scene where everything goes flying around the room, and it will probably ruin your experience for life watching horror films.
It
But
won't
it's-
actually ruin my life. The Exorcist. We did talk about this on. We've got a little spin-off show here called Uncensored Horror. Actually, yeah, I think it was Uncensored Horror that we talked about it. But the first horror, I used to be like the biggest scaredy cat in the world. Would like run out of the room when Ghostbusters was on because the dogs on the roof used to scare me shitless. Run away. I was at my sister's house not sleeping one time, and it got to 2:30, and she was done. She put a video in. She goes, "Watch this." She went to bed. It was The Exorcist.
Oh,
So from then
I
on,
like your sister.
you know, from then on, she created the beast. It's not my fault. You know, it's not my fault that I like all this stuff now. Like, but yeah. Oh well. Things are changing at the drop of a hat in New South Wales, but you guys are back doing your investigations now, sort of, sometimes, kind of.
sometimes.
We got one in. We got one
Yes.
in, didn't we?
And it was a good one. It was a nice.
It was a good
quite
one.
big
We had a great night. We had a great night chasing a table downstairs and out the gate.
Yes, the good old table tipping. I missed all of that. I was too busy working somewhere else, but you sent me the video, which I thank you very much. But that was Brooke and Jodie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That went
was.
down out the first floor and down the stairs.
Down the staircase and out the front gate.
Walking.
Table just walking away. But it was nice and cold that night too, wasn't it?
It was nipply.
And as a result of that, we lost Renata for a hot minute there.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pneumonia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't joke, Anne. Don't joke.
Did you see that when she was a guest on our on the live show without you? Her name was Anne and no Renata.
I said Anne. No, that's right. I had no Renata. That's right.
Anne and no Renata. So you were here in spirit. But you're feeling
You have
better
the
now?
skeleton with you.
Yeah, I was sick.
You were.
Yeah.
She was.
It sounded horrible.
I felt really bad because I'd said to her, "Come on, get off your bum. We've got to go in and do this recording, and then you can go home." And then she went to the doctors and said she had pneumonia. I went, "Oh, sorry."
Oh God, I've killed her. I've killed her.
Finally.
Anne deserves a naughty card for that.
Yeah.
I'm such a good supportive friend, aren't I?
Well, see, you do that with friends. You're like, you're fine. You're like, oh,
Suck it up,
you're not
princess,
fine.
get
You've
going.
lost. You've
Put on the
actually
big girl
lost a
panties
leg.
and Get out of bed.
It's the empath in her.
Oh,
It is.
My husband had a colonoscopy a few days ago, and I'm saying, "Will you stop messing up the toilet, please?"
Oh, the spirits are with poor Roman. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
So
I
speaking
just
of
want to say, I'm here a lot in Anne's home, and I get to be privy to some information and some sites that I really don't want to
Yeah.
see. And
Roman doesn't like to wear pants.
I don't.
It's all coming out today, Roman. We're sorry.
he's not here to defend himself either. Oh God, it's all right.
Oh no, he'd be going, "No, I don't."
No, I hope he'd be sitting down when he said it because
I
that
keep
camera's
saying-
not at a good level.
Oh. Hang on, let me check. Oh, yeah.
And would be
He's like our own little Sharon Stone for the show, wouldn't he?
Oh, he's been using his manscaping tools, which we earned. He'd
yes.
be nice and trim. He'd be a nice turkey neck.
turkey
I used
neck.
to buy turkey necks for the dogs. Like, you can buy them at the butcher's or at the supermarket. And the turkey neck is the most disgusting looking thing you've ever seen. It really does. Like a bit of an old Willy Wally.
You're traumatizing your co-star there.
Yep.
She doesn't partake in such horrible things.
It's filthy.
So between the last times we did chat, you were able to travel briefly. You went to Tasmania.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
a while.
remember we did talk about this, but we're going to talk about it again because
We went to
We
Katoomba
lose
too.
things.
We won't talk about that.
Yeah.
Katoomba.
Yeah, we did, and then because we went up to Katoomba, we got locked down for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, that's why you.
We went for a
Sorry,
little
continue.
holiday.
Yeah.
We went for a little holiday. The first day we arrived, we slept. We got to our room and we just went.
I'm exhausted.
No.
And
I can't even remember that first day. I've got no recollection of it whatsoever.
no, we slept. We slept for most of the day, and it was just really just to get away. And then we get home and we find out that they've put out a
A warrant for arrest.
a notice to say That
Again?
the Blue Mountains is now part of the greater.
Oh, you're talking about Katoomba. I thought you
City.
were talking about Tasmania. I'm so
No.
confused. That's
No.
why I can't remember sleeping in Tasmania.
No. The greater city of Sydney. And if you were there between the 14th and the 21st or something, then
Yeah.
you have to self-isolate. So we actually had to self-isolate for 2 weeks and go get COVID tested and everything.
So that's when you fell ill around then, though, too, wasn't it, Renata?
Yeah.
So were
yeah.
you shit scared that it was the big C?
Look, it did kind of cross my mind for a moment, but I think because it's been talked about for so long now, I think anyone that has a bit of a cough thinks that they might have it.
Oh, God, I was dying of embarrassment every time I went out with her once we were out of isolation because she'd be coughing up a lung and I'd be going, it's not Rona, it's pneumonia. Please don't judge. It's okay, it's just pneumonia.
Just regular pneumonia, guys.
And the thing is, I'm psychosomatic, so if I hear someone cough or wheeze or even talk about it, I start doing it too. So we're both...
We're living in this world now where, like, look, my daughter's just had a chest infection. She's on the tail end of it. We took her to the doctor, and the doctor, they ask, oh, so why are you here today? And straight out of her mouth, I've got COVID-19. Because that's what I've just thought about. I was like, wow, like really since she's been really aware of her surroundings, that's all she's heard is COVID.
Yeah.
So it was not surprising. It was hilarious. And the doctor backed up a bit and I'm like, it's not COVID. It's not COVID.
Renata's doctor wouldn't even take her in. Wouldn't even look at her even though she'd had a negative COVID test. Send her to straight to the hospital.
A lot of anxiety in the air in the health industry.
Which is why you should do our empath course.
Yeah.
Are you guys getting more vaccines down under?
Bad topic, Vera. Bad topic.
Yeah, look, not as much as is required. If you look at the list of countries and who has been vaccinated or how many numbers have been vaccinated, we're very much down the bottom end. We're not even coming close to the amount of people that need to be vaccinated here for it to be safe.
We've got a lot of AstraZeneca, if you're willing to give that a crack, which both of us did. Renata's now fully vaccinated. I get my next shot next week. So
I had Astra too. But girls, apparently the FDA, like in the States, doesn't recognise AstraZeneca as a suitable vaccine. So we'll probably need boosters of something else. Yay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm happy to inject whatever you want into my arms as long as I can.
But look,
hands down.
I'll tell you a very sad and real story. We have many friends all over the world that we've connected with through all of these shows and everything. And there is one beautiful lady that wrote about her partner who has cancer at the moment. And she's got a number of different things going on. But one of the things that was happening was fluid on the lungs. And the partner was trying to get her to a doctor or to a hospital. And because this was getting worse and worse, and overnight this particular lady who had all of these things happening to her was hardly able to breathe. And this lady was saying online, writing that, she rang the local hospitals and the local hospital said, don't bring her in because we have nowhere for her to be. The hospitals are full of COVID patients. And the only thing that we could do for her was put her on a gurney out in a hallway where there are other COVID patients. So the likelihood is she'll just get sicker if she's here. And the frustration in this poor woman who is trying to care for a very, very ill partner is just, it's just horrific, absolutely horrific. And I think unless you are in that position, you don't quite understand the difficulty of what all of these people are going through. So it's not only the people that are suffering from COVID, but it's the people that then cannot come into hospital who have other things happening because the hospitals are full of COVID patients.
Yep.
So, this is the reality.
And it's not even that. Like, we went through it last year when my dad was well, for want of a better word, dying. Because we were in the middle of COVID and he was stage 4 cancer and was going through chemo, it's like, well, I can't really go near you for for
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z reasons. So it's like, it's taking time away from people as well that
Yeah.
dearly need support and,
Yeah.
love and all that kind of stuff. And it's not even if you're sick. I mean, there's people that, that can't leave. Older people can't leave the house. They're stuck in
Yeah.
old people's homes and stuff like that now that are having outbreaks. It's like,
Yeah. I was also reading a thing on the internet from a lady from Brazil, and the lady from Brazil, her frustration was all of these first world country people whinging about their freedoms being taken away, where she said people are dropping like flies over here. We're so poor, we can't afford to stay indoors. Like they're saying, stay indoors, keep away, so that everything can be better. And she said, we can't afford to stay indoors. Like there's 25 people indoors in one house or in one spot, and they all die. Like there's thousands of them dying. And then she gets online. She says, "You guys are carrying on about your, your freedoms being taken away. You've got no fucking idea." So it's only the whinging people in
Move
first
over,
world
Vera.
countries
Renata's going.
that,
Go on.
that
Yeah.
are carrying on, because the poor people can't afford to whinge.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who's got no
if
choice?
Vera,
They've got no choice.
Renata, if Vera's ever sick, if Vera's ever sick and can't do the show, we might have to do a Renata rants.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was thinking Renata Rants just rolls off the tongue.
Renata rants. As you guys just said, sometimes you're not even safe inside, are you?
No.
No.
Well, I mean,
And
if
you
you
know-
just look at Simon and I, oh,
Oh, there it is. It's up there. We've got two spiders. We've got issues. We've got. Hey, I'm down here. Don't you knock that shit down here.
we can do this. I'm just going to open up.
It's not a little spider.
It's huge. And there was 3 of them. Oh, geez, you were brave. I didn't realise you were that
The other one's
close.
up there.
Oh,
Oh
dude.
my God.
Are you live?
Yes,
So far I only have
I
two
can't be
girls.
live. I can't be live. Oh.
Oh, I had to touch it. It's like a bag of chocks, right?
Oh
Sorry, I had to. That's one of my favourite things that's happened.
Oh.
Brave ghost hunters.
Don't you knock that shit down here! I love it.
What happened to Charlotte? Did you get Charlotte outside? I'm naming the spider Charlotte.
Yes, she did. She was very brave.
I had to be because no other fucker was going to be.
I was ready to leave. I said, we can't stay here. I'm
She was
sorry.
done. It was up in our bedroom. That was the worst part.
Burn it
because
down, burn it down.
Once you go to sleep, you don't know what's crawling around. And I remember the bed I was in was so soft that at one stage I rolled over in the night and I fell out of bed. There was no side to it. It was only a single bed, so I just got boom.
Did you wave hello to the hooker nasty while you were down there?
I'm lying there going, they're on me. I could feel something crawling. I didn't sleep for 2 nights.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Oh, we had the best adventures.
You do. See, that's
that was
half the
Tasmania.
fun.
I have to ask this question as a fellow middle-aged woman. You guys keep taking your jackets on and off. Are we having flashes?
I hope you know you've got a wardrobe change. I've gone from my other jacket to my red jacket.
That's all right. Yeah.
Yes, there's a perfectly good reason for that,
Yeah.
Vera.
Yep.
I'm sure.
Because we're hot. We're hot.
Hot to trot. Oh, wow. I do love the sequel video to that with Anne in the kitchen. That's on your
Oh,
TikTok page.
that's a good one, yes.
Oh, look, I hate pesticides, but you have to fuck off. It's like,
And the thing was, with that particular spider, it just would not die. It just kept coming back. And like we sprayed the spray and we locked up the doors for a couple of hours. I thought, well, that's going to fumigate the whole area because the little kitchen was there and the bathroom was just off it. So you had to walk through the kitchen to get to the bathroom. And at one stage or other, I needed to go pee. And so I've opened up the kitchen door and I've looked and there's no sign of any spider anywhere. And I've got, oh, it's dead. That's good. So I've gone into the bathroom. I quickly sat down, dropped the Dax and got, and then looked up and it was right in front of me. I'm like, down going, I can't move. I can't do anything.
And you just hear a little voice going, "Who's the fucker now?"
I'm going to say it too. When you do the Ouija next, the spider's going to be like, "I'm back, bitch."
Have you ever encountered any animal spirits in your searches?
Ooh,
Yes, we have.
Yeah, we
good
have.
question,
We have.
Vera.
Yeah, we have.
Miss Porter's house. There was somebody's dog that had died that week, and we were on the table. And we were doing table tipping, and it was really weird. The move of the table felt like someone had just gone boom, or like, when a dog puts its feet on something and the table would tip. It had that sensation to it. We've gone, that feels like a dog's just done something. And then I think you were picking up on a dog. Then it turned out that somebody in the group, their dog had just passed that week.
Mhm.
So there was tears flowing everywhere. We had a tears KPI that night. I've actually had an experience too where I've had one of my cats walk across my bed. And this is when I was a teenager. Yeah, Ghost Pussy. He was no longer with us. That was my cat Seaweed.
Seaweed?
Seaweed. He was found floating down the 100 River in a plastic bag, and my dad rescued him.
Oh.
Yeah, there was 2 other kittens in there, and they had both passed. And we brought him home, and my mum would get up every couple of hours and feed him. He was only like a day or 2 old, really young. And we kept him alive, and he was my spirit animal. He was beautiful. So
how cruel are people?
Yeah,
I was going to say, aren't people shit? The things they do.
Yeah.
He actually talked to me one night, and that was so it must have been telepathically, which I didn't realise at the time. And I'm lying in bed, and the cat gets up and walks. He goes, "Oh, I'll be back in a minute." And I've gone, "Okay." And sure enough, he did come back. And crawled back up on the bed. I'm like, going, and it stuck with me. Like, it's really quite strong a memory. So, yeah.
So all of us that have talked to our pets aren't crazy. That's basically
that's
what
right.
you're saying.
No.
All of us that regularly converse.
Yeah, it's amazing how many people want to speak to their pets again after the pets have passed.
We've had people specifically come to our seance parlour to commune with a dog that they have guilt about the way they passed.
Yeah,
and
we had a horse as well.
And we've got no idea when these people have got their agendas that they're coming in to talk to us. And when it starts to spell out the name of something and we're going, "Oh, does Benjamin mean anything to you?" And they're going, "Yeah, that's the dog that we wanted to come and talk to." It's like, oh, okay. Surprises us every time we get it right.
Especially when it's as random as a dog. You're like, okay, sure. No worries.
And a horse.
They had a horse.
Yeah.
Look, you
But the
do lead
horse
interesting lives.
The horse had a communicator with them, him, her. I can't remember.
Well, I can't remember.
Because we were actually not talking to the horse per se. We were talking to the person that was with the horse that was communicating for the horse, which was quite interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
That is cool, though. It's really cool because, people have a strong connection to their pets, and
Absolutely.
Transcends, the vessels that we're in, I guess.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think my dog hung around for a little while after he passed.
Yeah. They're making sure you're okay.
Yeah. He would sleep on my bed until I fell asleep, and then he would jump off. And every night I would feel the mattress shift when he went to his other palace, which was my sister's room at the other end of the hall.
Doing the rounds.
Doing the rounds.
Yeah, after he left us, or after he passed, I would still feel him jump off the bed.
Yeah.
Well, look, speaking of doing the rounds, you guys have been busy, and something you've been working on for quite a long time has finally seen the light of day. The space between with Bianca Biassi has finally seen the light of day. Now we had a little bit of a chat with Bianca, Luke and I. Would you like to hear what she had to say about you two?
Yes.
Oh, I hope it's good.
Here we go.
I loved about Anne and Renata, besides the fact that they're freaking awesome and they're the funniest people that you'll ever meet in your life, is that they're really thorough. And even Roman, because Anne's husband, he comes from a scientific background, and he's great because he just goes, no. And it's great because it's like, there might have been, 90% or 94% of stuff that he's just gone, don't even look at that. Don't even look at it. Look at this, and then we will still rule out bits and pieces. And that's what I like about these guys. We did kind of work with some other teams that we didn't include, and basically what we found, with Anne and Renata and Roman, they were the real deal. They came in there and they really did their job, and they have a very logical approach. They're not these people that kind of go, "Ooh, that was this or that was this." They went in there with their gear and they thoroughly looked at the stuff and kind of said, "Yeah, well, this is the stuff we need to look at," and they're so knowledgeable. So that was really helpful for us because obviously I'm not a ghost hunter, so I didn't know any about, I didn't know how to start looking for ghosts. I mean, not my job.
Not my job. I tell people where to go, where the cameras go, So there you go.
Checks in the mail, Bianca, thank you. But I tell you, they loved Roman. They really loved Roman. And he has a full-time job and he has a stake in the company that he works for. So he's one of the directors. He's got shares in it, so he needs to be present there a lot. And the filming for this went on for a couple of years. And towards the end, I think we started. I said, "Can we bring our own medium on?" When the other team sort of didn't work
dissipated,
out.
we'll call it.
We won't go there. And I'm so grateful that they let me bring this one on because
the name she's forgotten.
What's it? What's her name?
Rebecca. Oh, Anne and Rebecca.
They could see the chemistry that we had, but they still loved Roman's mind. And Roman would open his mouth and just say these things, and everyone would go. But she keeps saying, "Can Roman come to this shoot?" And we're going, "No, he can't. He's got to work." "But can't he come just for a couple of hours?" "No, because it's 5 hours of driving, 2.5 hours each way. So he can't. We're starting filming at 11 o'clock at night and finishing at 3 o'clock in the morning. He can't." So in the end, we've gone, it's us or no one.
I know you guys don't get scared a lot, but there's something to be scared of. There is something to be scared of. We've been we've been chatting to Bianca quite a lot. Guess who she's invited to come down and play with her?
Oh, let's do some great experiments with
that. So look, you never know. We may be showing up on series 2 or 3. So you never know. You never know. So yeah, we've got to get Bianca on the show. She was going to come on the show a week ago and then locked down everything, blah 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 blah. So she's going to come on and do just a regular show with us as well. So we've got to give her a baptism of fire like we gave you guys.
Well, that brings up another question for me. Have you ever, in any investigation, felt like you found something demonic?
No, not
I'll
me.
calm down, Zach.
No,
Question.
no, for me, a lot of these demonic things are just like, if you're a dickhead in life, you can be a dickhead in death if you're going to hang around. And what thing are you going to do? You're going to prey on people's fears. So you'll pick out the thing that scares them the most, which is Hollywood TV shows, and you will start emulating those phenomena or personas that are seen on the ghost hunting TV shows to scare the shit out of people. So normally it's just negative energies or idiot dead people that are still being dickheads.
On the space between, they're saying and a lot of it's like trauma. Trauma can have that bad energy, but it's not necessarily evil.
Yeah,
it's just,
and it's a religious
nice.
bias as well, because people are brought up in these Christian, particularly in America, it's very Christian households, and there is the angels and the demons, and there's God and the devil, and it all falls into one of those areas. And there's some of them that even say all ghosts are demonic. So it really comes down to your belief system as well as to what the entity may be.
I was going to say, girls, so if someone's head spins 360 degrees and they vomit green pea soup, they're not demonic.
I would be looking. I'd be looking for the Hollywood camera on that shit.
It's important that we do point out that all ghosts are demonic except for Jesus.
He rise from the dead and do magic, but let's not call
zombie
it that.
carpenter Jesus. Zombie carpenter Jesus, who can only afford for people to sit on one side of a table.
I've been reading up on a lot of occult history and things, and there are some belief systems that do believe that Jesus was a magician, as in high magic, because he did miracles which are magic. And
he's a necromancer. He's bringing things back from the dead.
Yeah, and people don't sort of get that. They don't see the correlation between bringing Lazarus back from the dead, necromancy, healing the sick, which is a miracle, but it's also could be magic, where it could be a faith healer or someone that's working with your etheric double to make them well again. So Jesus is possibly a necromancer, high magician.
And with
you heard it here
hair.
first, folks.
I can hear them coming down the street now to burn your house down.
With lovely hair, but please make sure he's white.
with a nice beard.
All right, we're gonna play a game to finish things off because we played it last time and I've streamlined it and it's gonna be fun. It's a game that I'm calling Get Fact with Anne and Renata. Screen, ladies. It's quick fire rounds, just like Jeopardy. Ooh.
What are we gonna do?
Give you one talked about in True Hauntings. I want a quick story. All right, I think you know what story I want with the Stanley Hotel.
Oh, Stanley Hotel. Great view from the loo. You can see that round window on the left there. That was our window where we stayed. Roman used to take dumps in the toilet and look out that window and go, "Isn't that just beautiful?"
It's all about Roman's bowels today, isn't it? He needs to get a co-guest star credit on this sucker today. All right, what about the Irish Hellfire Club?
Oh, well, I have to talk about the walk going up. Anne told me it was just 20 minutes, and an hour and 20 minutes later, we're there. Yeah. It wasn't 20 minutes at all.
Debauchery, orgies, and a red-eyed cat that somebody set on fire. How's that?
Oh,
wow.
Hunker burning pussy. Hate that. All right. Ancient Ram Inn.
Oh.
Show us a sign, spirit. Show us a sign.
Flash my balls, please.
And that old lady's faking it.
That old lady's faking it. It's my favourite part.
Yeah, table tipping. That old lady's faking it. Thank you, Spirit, for your sign. Show us another sign, Spirit.
Oh, Spirit. Staying on that side of the pond, let's talk about any second now. StreamYard. Loftus Hall.
Oh, I love Loftus Hall.
Love it.
It's just been bought too.
Yeah.
Someone's bought it.
So someone has finally bought it. Yay.
Yeah, someone has finally bought it.
I have been buying lotto tickets to try and win enough money to buy it, but obviously I'm too late. Another awesome location, and I own it on Earth 2. It's all mine.
Oh, yeah.
It's all mine. All right, we'll again stay on that side of the pond. Let's talk about the Tower of London, which was one of my favourite episodes, actually.
I love the Tower of London. Absolutely.
I love it too.
It's amazing how many people have stayed there and become ghosts over the years. And not only back in the Tudor times, but, you know, the spies that were kept in the Tower of London as well, and the zoo that was there.
When you were there, did they have the sculptures of the animals?
Yes.
I was there in 2019, and they've got like these wire sculptures of like the elephants and the polar bears and everything. It's really cool. But did you see in the news? It was floating around Facebook, I think last week or the week before. There's a uni student that actually moved into the Tower of London because her dad is a big feeder, and she talked about all the spirits and everything she saw. So that's it's good to know that even everyday folks can cop a sight there, as you do.
You don't need to be special.
Oh, you don't need to be special, but it helps. All right, let's go local. Actually, no, one more. I want your opinion on Amityville. I did it before and after.
That's my
Because-
side of the pond.
One of the biggest hoax that's done the most damage to the paranormal community with investigators that made stories up, but they probably believed in it. They made
Ed Lorraine.
up
Ed Lorraine Warren.
and then created the horrors that have continued on through Hollywood since then.
Yeah, talking about a sad story that has been utilised for so many wrong reasons. The whole thing is a sad story. A member of the family killing other members of the family is always such a huge tragedy. And for it to be used in so many nefarious ways over the years is just,
And
horrible.
no family that's moved into that house since has had any paranormal phenomena whatsoever.
So it would suggest it was the family, maybe. Oh.
If you listen to our True Hauntings podcast, you'll get all the dirt on actually what went down and how it was concocted.
That's the first episode.
Yeah.
Yes. And I would like a deeper dive again. So when you go back to do it again, I would love more because I believe Kathy. I believe Kathy and the kids. I think it was
I believe something
mate.
happened. I do believe something happened, but it got blown out of proportion. Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, what about Prince Henry Hospital?
Oh, Prince Henry Hospital.
I love it.
The best story
Australia.
ever. The best story ever is the poo in the cabinet.
Oh, yeah. The mysterious warm poo that appears in the drugs cupboard.
Roman.
5
Roman.
He's normally with us. So.
Does it disappear again? Or just appear?
But one of the nurses talks about opening up the cupboard, which she had the key for, and found a perfectly formed stool on one of the shelves that hadn't been moved because it wasn't slishy or squishy or whatever. It had been dropped there, and
there was still steam coming off it.
Yeah,
it was
still
so
it's lovely. So, there we go.
So move over, Annabelle. Turdy's coming.
All right. 2 more. We have one that you're just covering with
yes,
the lovely Isaac, Jenny Dixon Beach. Now that's very interesting if you check out Isaac's channel, but second part should be dropping soon, correct? Next month.
Yes, that's true. That's true. And we find that there are connections to the story, but they're not what is being told at the moment. So, it's one of those things where it's a good story. Let's leave it at that. Let's not search for the truth at all. But there are sort of weavings of what possibly may be connections, but no one wants to hear that. No one wants to hear the truth.
No, never. Why? The truth's never interesting, is it?
It's not as much fun.
Boring.
All right, one last one. One near and dear to your heart.
Oh,
Monte Cristo Homestead.
Oh yeah, I got my best photographic evidence ever there, where I found the piano music of one of the Crawley daughters, and I played it on a piano out in the back ballroom, and it was a really hard piece of music, and I did my best to play, and earlier in the night. I was taking photographs with a tripod and the camera and everything on no flash, and I had said, if you could show yourself, you'd really appreciate it. But then when I was playing the piano later on, I said, if you'd like to show your appreciation by giving me a photo or something. So the weird part was I got this photo, but I got the photo earlier in the night. So I don't know whether that shows that time is not linear or it just happened anyway. But the photo is quite incredible. You can sort of see from the neck down a man with his chest, and you can see almost where the buttons go. It's see-through, and then you can see the silhouette of a lady's face, which looks like very much like Mrs. Crawley, and hands with fingers in the glove.
Ooh.
That just means Mrs. Crawley delivers, right?
Yeah.
She delivers. I'm very excited. My friends and family have got me a little overnight stay at Monte Cristo. So finally, after years of doing it, I'm ready to go.
Take a packed lunch with you. Take a packed lunch with you for the tour, because it does go for 3 to 4 hours.
Yes, but it's a bit of a trip to bloody get there first, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We live our best lives. What we do for our interests are quite fun.
Go to the licorice factory.
Yeah, go to the licorice factory.
I did hear, because I've re-listened. You guys have been on the loop this week, and the funny thing is, I didn't even put your show on. I picked my phone up and Spotify was open, and I must have accidentally pressed it because True Hauntings just started. I was like, well. Here we go again. Here we go. I've already listened to every episode at least probably twice, but I'm like, and again.
Yeah, you've given us the 100,000 downloads. It's all you.
It's all me. Just go. I'm sure. I wish people would do it with our show, but that's okay. So, look, Anne and Renata, you've been amazing as per usual. If you don't already follow these ladies on all of their social media, please do so at Anne and Renata on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and there's also True Hauntings podcast on Spotify. I believe that's Apple, isn't it? Apple Podcasts, YouTube. They're bloody everywhere.
Yeah.
If you can't find Anne and Renata, you're not looking hard enough.
That's true. That's true.
Bloody hell.
Apple and Android, and of course this Sunday we are starting on Newcastle Live on Sunday nights,
Spooky Sundays,
8 p.m. till 10 p.m. And you have to download the app for Newcastle Live, which means that you can listen later on as well.
And you can listen anywhere around the world.
There you go. I was about to ask that question because we have people from all around the world watching. So if you love Anne and Renata as much as we do, support them, like them, send them notifications, send them stars when they do live stuff, do all the good things because they deserve it. Thank you, ladies, for your time once again. I'm about to get off and download this episode straight away so we don't have to go through this again. Thank you. We will see you soon.
ladies.
Bye.